Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another video. In today's video we're looking at Joby Aviation. We looked at this stock about a month ago, back on March the 6th, and as we can see over the actual average for the stock has been slightly trending to the bearish side, rolling down from roughly $10 a share down now into the $8 a share range. So there's been a lot of things that have been kind of tipping the scale for Joby Aviation in this negative light, not only just because of the global market issues at hand with the war in Iran right now. So a little bit of some of the good stuff that's coming in, and a little bit of the reason why there's a lot of doubt in some of the sentiment, and also a huge upset on a court filing that is now against Joby Aviation. So stay tuned for all of that information and more for the rest of this video. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely help out a little bit for me to continue being able to make these videos on a normal weekly basis. So without further ado, as it stands right now, Joby Aviation has revealed it has begun testing the production version of its upcoming air taxi amid a partnership with the Federal Aviation Administration, which is the FAA. So in an official statement back on Wednesday, a little over a week ago, the company revealed that the air taxi has begun its flight testing for the first FAA conforming aircraft for type inspection authorization, which is a major step towards their type certification. So seeing this aircraft fly means everything to our team. It's the validation of years of hard work and markets our entirety into the final phase of bringing this aircraft out to market, which is what the Joby's president of aircraft, I'm going to butcher this name, excuse me, Dieter Papadopoulos, which is what they had said, stating on this new FAA aircraft type inspection. So in the statement, the company also shared that it plans to deliver over 500 aircraft per year following the acquisition of a new 700,000 square foot facility in Dayton, Ohio, to support plans of expanding production to 4 aircraft per month. Now, that is something that they've been bolstering and talking about for quite some time now, about this large production facility that they're talking about making in Dayton, Ohio. They continue stating it over and over again, but honestly, they're still just showing it a little bit as a broken record because they haven't really done anything besides say that they plan on doing it. So far, there has been no action brought out onto this. So now here is the huge upset for the Joby versus Archer Aviation lawsuits. So the new news comes out as Joby was hit by a countersuit filed by Archer Aviation, which accused Joby of hiding its ties to China as a means to evade U.S. tariffs and foreign influence oversight. So, an attorney representing Archer Aviation said that the company had filed the suit to ensure accountability, restore fair competition, and safeguard the strategic future of American advanced aviation. So, Joby, on the other hand, had filed a theft of trade secrets lawsuit against Archer Aviation last November, stating that Archer's ludicrous and defamatory claims are nothing more than an irresponsible attempt to distract from Joby's trade secret theft lawsuit proceeding against Archer Aviation, which is what an attorney for Joby had ended up responding to. So, which we all kind of seen that coming whenever Joby Aviation first through the shots fired at Archer Aviation, it was kind of going to be in the underwritten script that Archer was going to find something to countersue on, no matter if Archer Aviation is truly in the wrong, and to be convicted, and also to be able to see if whatever they dug up on Joby, seeing now talking about their ties into China, if Joby Aviation is now guilty or not of being in and having ties with China. So it's definitely going to be a back and forth, almost a match to be had, I guess, as you could say, to see who can try to mound up the largest dirt to throw to the other side. But that's ultimately going to be a huge misstep, I believe, for both Archer Aviation and Joby Aviation, because they're both trying to complete the same goal, but they're both tearing each other down whenever they could do so much more and so much better if they were to somewhat work together and not just try to trash one another. So because in the end, all this eVTOL systems are going to be doing is going to be a better way to increase a lot of stuff for humanity, being able to bring people a lot faster, closer, and a whole new wave of transportation that's going to possibly reshape the future in how we view air travel, and also how we view travel in itself. Because once they start doing this, who's to say that they won't get faster, their range won't get longer, and then it'll just end up becoming where we'll have new highways in the sky. So, but that's to be seen. So, but on the other side of all of that, Joby Aviation has also logged 50,000 miles in their Electric Skies tour. So, they ended up having these demonstration flights across the San Francisco Bay Area, a part of its 2026 Electric Skies tour. So the flights showcased Joby's operational readiness for its electric air taxi service, highlighting its potential to ease congestion in busy urban corridors. The aircraft also flew near the Golden Gate Bridge, marking a milestone in the company's push to make short-distance aerial commuting viable. So, since they have been able to log more than 50,000 miles across its fleet, and it's working towards the certification while trying to scale into production again, talking about Dayton, Ohio, its capacity is expected to reach up to the 4 aircraft per month by 2027, and as many as 500 annually on the Dayton site. So once again, they continue beating their chest, talking about that project. So hopefully it comes out and hopefully everything works out for them. But they need to put out some type of statement as to them having this land acquired, having the facility being built, and, actually bringing a little bit more forth into them saying, well, we expect this to happen with our Dayton, Ohio facility. Well, they need to show a little bit more into what the facility is and the stage that the facility is at for them to be able to continue bolstering it in every single newsletter and spot that you could possibly state that in. So going into kind of where their rankings and where their average price targets are. So across 3 major consensus and analysis, they're holding an average of $12.50 a share. So JP Morgan has them set at an underweight. They've lowered their price target to $7 a share. Needham is saying that they are oversold, that they are in a buy stance, even though they lowered their price target. They only lowered it down to $18 a share. So that and H.C. Wainwright and Company still feel just about the same way as Needham. They ended up upgrading from neutral to buy, and they've also kept their price target at $18 a share, which is where they believed that price target was going to be when they stated that back in February 26th. So all of the analysts, or I'm sorry, half of the analysts are stating that the stock is going to end up jumping $10, so it's going to over double on their price targets. But JP Morgan is kind of seeing a little bit of what's going on. So JP Morgan's price target might be a little bit more on the short-term side, while Needham and H.C. Wainwright might be looking a little bit further into the future once they complete their FAA contracts, once they actually put something out about their production facilities, especially the one in Dayton, Ohio, and also a couple of other things that Joby Aviation is showing promise for that hasn't really been able to come up to speed a whole lot just yet. So that is everything that I have on Joby Aviation to get everybody up to speed. So those were my full thoughts on Joby Aviation, on where they're at, where they're going, and where they've been heading. They really, in the trend that they have been set here forth in 2026, with how much of a bearish line and trend that they've been going, honestly, I'm not going to try to pick or pin any type of resistance lines on this stock as it stands right now, because they really haven't shown too much of a short-term bull or bear flag at this point, because as soon as they have a good day or two, then they end up having another 3 or 4 bad days afterwards. So with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all in the next one. And if there was a stock that you might hold in your portfolio that you want a little bit more research done on, or you'd like to have some extra insight or information on, drop that down in the comments below. I'd love to be able to bring another new stock into the channel and also to the community as well. So with all that being said, this is the Stock Warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?